time for Bring Justice to the Movies.
The movie industry is made up of two separate but equally important groups. The theaters who display the movies and the critics who overvalue their opinions. These are our reviews. The Morning Blaze is bringing justice to the movies.
Well, welcome back, sir.
What's up, dude?
I really hope people watch the video version of today's Bring Justice to the Movies so they can see the amazing Nickelback concert t-shirt that you are wearing. Where did you score that?
Some Australian website off Instagram.
They're big in Australia.
Apparently.
And Canada. Well, it's very nice. Very good. Very good look for you. All right,
man,
so
Chad Kroger.
A lot of things we could say. Every week, Justice checks out a movie and then reviews it and let you know whether you can spend your time with it. Typically, we like to send you to the movies at Maya Cinemas, but since that's not a thing, we've been doing Bring Justice to the Movies Home Edition. This week, we both watched the same movie.
Yep.
We watched The Old Guard on Netflix. Now, I actually had a listener, I think it was Tony, who called me last week and told me that we should probably watch this movie. A lot of people have said it's good. I think it was ranked like the sixth most watched thing on Netflix when I watched it yesterday.
Yeah.
It reminded me of something. I couldn't put my finger on it the whole time I was watching this movie, or I kept thinking this is something is here. And at the end, it hit me that it reminded me of watching He-Man when I was a kid, even though the movie has nothing to do with He-Man. I will explain why I think that after you explain to people what the movie is and what you thought.
All right. So basically, there's this group of immortal people who kind of do what they think is right and stand up for what they think is right every century or so.
Okay.
And they basically wind up becoming like a group of mercenaries for hire, pretty much.
Right.
And, somebody from former CIA hired them, and stuff goes really sideways because somebody figures out they're immortal. So there's some big pharma guys like, yo, I'm going to cure everybody with you guys, but I'm also probably going to kill you in the process, which I never understood. You're trying to do something good. Why you gotta be a jerk about it?
Okay, so that's the premise of the movie. It's not a bad movie, all right?
I liked it.
Stars Charlize Theron. You liked it? You
I enjoyed
it
it
this weekend?
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. I thought it was very predictable. I thought the whole thing just seemed like I've seen a lot of things like this before. And the reason I say it reminded me of He-Man is because when I was a kid, the He-Man cartoon was developed not to entertain kids. It was developed to sell another product. And that, to me, is what this whole movie was. You watch this entire movie, and the whole thing is a setup for what they want to clearly make a franchise. And this whole movie was the story didn't seem to. I mean, it was so thin. There wasn't a lot. There was so obvious where they were going, and I couldn't tell why they were bringing up certain things until the very end. When you can see where it's going. Now they have this team. By the time the movie comes to an end, they have this. They've all come together, and there's this team of immortals that's going to save the world. And they reveal a villain right at the very end. I'm like, see, this is what this whole movie was. I sat through 2 hours of this thing, and all it really was a setup to get me to buy something else, which is all He-Man was when I was a kid too. Don't worry about this cartoon, kids. Just tell your parents to buy the toy.
Yep.
And that's how I felt about The Old Guard. It was fun. I didn't think it was that great. I thought a lot of the lines were kind of forced. And Charlize Theron's a great actress. Wasn't really good in that movie, I didn't think. A lot of it just kind of felt like going through the motions, and I couldn't put my finger on why until the end. I'm like, aha!
Yeah.
You're duping me into trying to get into something. It's not bad. If you want to watch it this weekend, like I said, we had a couple people call and said they enjoyed it. You'd recommend it?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it enough that I think you'll enjoy it. There's enough action in it that's like, oh, that was pretty tight. But then also be prepared for like some serious somber lulls in this movie.
Yeah.
Its pacing was super off.
Right. Netflix typically does a really good job with their stuff, and I kind of felt like this had a real made-for-TV vibe to it the whole time. Like, it just didn't seem like it was as well put together as I think I would have liked it to have been. But I thought it was all right. The Old Guard, there's our review. I get a meh.
Get ready for the sequel.
Get ready for the sequel. The sequel will be amazing.
It probably will.
It probably will.
The story development on it will be awesome.
Probably will. All right, Justice. So you recommend it. I say, man, The Old Guard.
Worth checking out.
Maybe check it out this weekend if you got the Netflix. Well done, sir. And that is a bitchin' Nickelback t-shirt.
Bam.
They appreciate your support.
Yeah.
The movie industry is made up of two separate but equally important groups. The theaters who display the movies and the critics who overvalue their opinions. These are our reviews.